project for the Olympia Tumwater Foundation, which I'm the public history manager of. And with COVID hitting and shutting down all our live tourism-oriented events at the SCHMIDT House and the park and so on, we were in a quandary what to do, and what it did was force us back into the print media. And so one of the projects was this book. And so I had already collected a lot of the stories. These are 40 short stories of Tumwater's history, all the way from 1845 to the present. And so some of the stories include, like the Sunset Drive-In movie theater, a little more recent history, or the goop of Tumwater with EAGAN'S, Big Toms, and that kind of thing. And then also we have ancient history, you know, the landmarks and stories behind those. But history is really about people, and that's what I focused on. And this is not aimed to the scholarly market, I would say, because it's just normal people. In fact, the subtitle, it's the Tumwater we never knew for people who love history but don't realize it yet. And we fed a lot of people. History comes alive when you start telling local stories, and that's the thing about history. I guess I get kind of angry that some of when I hear these stories, and I understand that people think that history was their least favorite subject in school because it was taught in a boring way and dry and names and dates. So I said, well, for one thing, they ignored the local history, which makes it come alive, and the people and the stories behind the people, including a few legends and things that aren't quite, you know, just hand-me-down stories. So I thought, well, let's include that and point out that. And so it's 40 short stories of people and Tumwater's history from every era, from the beginning in 1800s to 1900s. And of course, the brewery is a part of it. This is a fundraiser for the nonprofit Olympia Tumwater Foundation that not only owns the SCHMIDT House and the grounds, but also the brewery park at Tumwater Falls. And so our history program does projects like these new history books, and it's really to benefit local history. That's really the stories of Tumwater. It's a deep history that we're the first permanent American community north of the Columbia, and we're also the home of the Olympia Brewing Company, so there's a really deep history that we have a lot of stories to tell. The suggested donation for this nonprofit, tax deductible, is $50. And that includes covering the cost of the book and the production, but also a donation to the history program, so we can continue working with the city of Tumwater and other groups with local history as our emphasis. And so that money, we would encourage you to come to the SCHMIDT House. Actually, maybe first call. Call us first at 360-786-8117, or email at history@olytumfoundation.org. And I'll get on the phone with you. We'll set up a time and we can sign the book for you. And you could also use it for gifts for the holiday season and so on. So I would encourage you to do that, and as you're doing that, you're supporting Tumwater's history.